How are you doing today? Enjoying your Tuesday? I'm gonna be doing a live cook with me on YouTube. So if you click on the link in my bio, it'll take you over to my channel, and then you can watch me prepare a meal. So I'm just holding on until we get some viewers on YouTube. So come join me over here on YouTube. I've got a good setup, my mic and everything. I've upgraded, so hey everyone. Hey G. I'm just gonna be on YouTube shortly, so I just thought I'd come over here and shout everybody out and say you can jump over and you can join me there. My setup's a lot better rather than me having to hold this camera and do everything, this phone. So yeah, so hopefully you'll join me over on the YouTube stream, and I'm gonna get started. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye shortly, but you can hang around for a little bit, okay? Hey everyone, how is your week going so far? So today we are going to be making some air fried tofu, and because we're going to air fry, I'm going to use my little convection oven over there. It's a great tool. So let me just get this preheated. And grab the bin. So this is the air frying bin that comes with it. It's like a tray that goes in. And you can put your tofu on top and it just gets right around it. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting off the YouTube, sorry, Sergi, I'm going to have to get going. I'll see you on YouTube if you can join me. Okay, bye. Okay, I hope you guys can hear the music, and my audio is a little bit better now. Let me know if you can give me a thumbs up. We have an active bunny in our backyard today. He is doing laps around our furniture back there. So I'm going to just start off by taking the tofu. Okay, so should I turn down the volume for the music? Just give me 1 second. Is that better, or is it too quiet now? Oh, my volume, okay, my voice sounds low. Okay, let's see, I'll turn it up. Does it sound better now? How does everything sound? Does it sound better? Is the background music okay? Got my mic overhead, so it shows that it's pretty clear. It's pretty loud on my OBS tool, so I can keep on pitching it up a bit, but let me know. Voice is better. Can't really hear the music anymore? Okay. Oh, okay. So I should just hold, you know what? I'm just waiting for the Yep. Yeah, there's probably going to be some latency, right? Because it has to go up and come back down. Okay. Well, I'm going to start by... Maybe I can just hold off and see how the audio is. And then we can get started. I'm waiting for the toaster oven, convection oven to heat up anyway. So I can probably get some water going for my noodles as well. So give me a second. I'm just going to grab that. And I'll keep on talking. I know I stepped away from the mic, so it might have sounded a little quiet then. But how does it sound now? Music is good? Okay. How about the mic? Is the mic clear now? Gotta remember these settings. Okay, just gonna get this water boiling. So what we're going to be making today is I'm going to be air frying some tofu, and I'm going to be using some vermicelli. So, yeah. So this is rice noodles, right? So this dish is completely gluten-free. So I'm just going to start off by chopping up and prepping. So let me point the camera down so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so I've got my bin over there. So I'm just going to drain the tofu. I don't really press my tofu. I know a lot of people press it, but I like the softness, the moistness in there when it's air frying. So just going to cut it into like square cubes. So now try to cut them roughly the same shape, and then cut them down the middle here. Right? And then cut them into cubes. This. There we go. Just gonna place them like this. I'm not going to season them because I'll be tossing this into my stir fry afterwards. So there's not a big reason to have to do that. Okay. So it looks like I'm gonna just reset the air fryer. So. I'm going to pop this in here. And it's going to air fry for 10 minutes at 40. At 40 Fahrenheit. Or sorry, 400 Fahrenheit. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this opportunity to do my veggies. So I'll just do my veggies here. So what can we do? We've got a couple different veggies. I've got some frozen broccoli that I'm going to toss in. So grab that. Great thing about some of these frozen products is that it's pre-cut and everything, so you don't really need to worry about getting this right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to peel some carrots and cut up my green pepper, red pepper, and prep everything so that it's going to be a pretty quick meal. I know I allocated only an hour for this meal, but I doubt it's going to take that long. So I'm just going to make them. I don't know what kind of cut this is, but it's like a big slice on an angle. Right, and we want to keep it a certain size. And the carrot is a good root vegetable that will absorb the flavors that I put into the sauce. And it's a nice firm vegetable too, so it's going to be a very different textures in there. Right, so I got my carrots. Push it to the side here. I'll grab some green pepper. So I'm going to grab about, this is a large green pepper, so I'm going to say that's about half here. And just give it a quick wash. And I'm going to keep this fairly large as well. Got my green pepper. I'll do red pepper, about half of one. I'll give it a quick wash. And about the same size. Hey Shalina. How's your Tuesday going? Not sure if I, like this stream app. What's cooking today? Oh, I'm gonna be making a crispy tofu, like air fried tofu, and some veggies with some noodles. Got my onion here. I'm gonna keep everything fairly large. So this is not going to get cut too much, and then I just have to do my garlic. Did you have your lunch already? So I'm just going to break this apart so that when it cooks I don't have to worry about it. Nope, and I'm like halfway on my on my air fried tofu. So, let's see. Got this all broken up. I wonder if there's a simple way to break this up. Okay, so I've got some veggies here. I'll get the broccoli out. So I'm gonna just crush this so it comes out easy. Probably gonna only need like 4 cloves. I don't know what it is, but we put our garlic in the fridge and it seems like they're drying out. Let's grab this one. Okay, so we got 3. You're eating cookies, oh. Hopefully you had lunch. Okay. So I have to worry about getting it perfect, but so we get this down. Okay, so that should be good there. Got my broccoli here. let me just open it up and put everything on the board, so I don't have to worry about it over there. I'm probably gonna be about a cup full of broccoli. Right. Let's see if I can get one more. There we go. So toss this back in the freezer, and we'll get moving over. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe that's why. Okay, so got this and the water. Oh, I should have covered it. The great thing about vermicelli noodles is it doesn't need a lot of time to cook, right? Because it's like, I think it's like 5 to 8 minutes just soaking in hot water, right? And then it's like pretty much done. So I'm gonna move this over to my next station, and just give me 1 minute and see you there. We have to take this off the stand here. And this nice little desk, nice little stand for the laptop, but it's a little too tall. Okay, so our tofu just finished, and I'm just trying to get this camera to activate. Finally, it activated. I just have to make sure I got the right position. There we are. Okay, so I've got my pan here, got my food prepped, and what I have right here is my water boiling for my noodles. So let me show you what's going to happen first. So I'm going to take the vermicelli, and you have to break it, because if you don't break these noodles, they're going to be very long. And well, you may like long noodles, but the only thing is it's going to be very hard to manage. So what I normally do is I cut the top off, and then I just get under the first loop, and I just cut with your kitchen scissors, right? If you do that, then you should be able to grab this first, like the 1/2 of a bunch here, and just, it'll slide right out. There we go. And so I've got half of the package left, right? And these are, does it say the size? They're about like a medium size. I know normally I cook with like thick, I like the really thick size ones, but we're just having a tough time finding them. So the water was boiling, so what I did, just tossed it in here, and I'm just gonna turn off the water, turn off the heat, because you don't really, it just needs to sit in hot water to cook. You don't really need it to do anything else. So there we go. So let that stick, let that sit. I just move them around a bit so they don't all clump up together, right? So there we go. Now we can move back over here. Okay, so we've got our pan here. I haven't turned it on, so don't worry. I'm gonna turn it to high heat, and I'm going to start putting together the dish now. So the noodles are going, my tofu is done, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in the tofu at the end. They're going to be fluffy, sorry, they're not really super crispy, it's just they get a nice skin on the outside of them, right? So if I pull them out, pull one out, oops, hopefully I don't burn myself. There we go. It's got like a nice fluffy texture to it, right? So it's soft and it's got a nice skin to it. So when I toss that into the pan, I'll just let it sit in here. Once I toss that into the pan with the sauce, so let's get this sauce going. So start off pretty much every time I use this when I'm making Asian style, right? And depending on how spicy you like it, this is a pretty good sauce. It's basically red chilies and garlic, so I'll use 3 tablespoons of this, and liquid soy aminos, right? So get 2 tablespoons of this. A little dripped out, so that's 3, 2, and then always, like, you want to be able to find a way to activate the flavors. So there's 2 ways you can add salt, you can add, or sugar, right? So my Asian dishes have a little bit of a sweetness to it, so it's got the spicy and the sweet to it, right? So those 3 right there, those 3 ingredients make up the base of a lot of my dishes, right? So now what I would do is I can go ahead and add the broccoli because it's frozen, right? So the broccoli can start to thaw out. I'm going to add the onions at the end, but I want to grab the garlic and add them now. check to see how our noodles are doing. Yep, they're getting close to being ready. So it's heating up. So what else do I want to do? I'm going to take a little bit more garlic. I'm going to take garlic powder, right? And I'm going to add about half a teaspoon in there. And to add some nice color, I'm also going to take some paprika and add about half a teaspoon in there. Right, so your paprika. And because it's going pretty fast, I'm just going to add a bit of water. So we got the water. Calmed it down. I like to cook on high, but I don't like to burn my food either. Cooking on high just because it's easy, fast. Okay, so let that absorb a bit, right? And so a couple things that I want to add now. I'm going to take some 5-spice. You don't need to put a lot of Chinese 5-spice in. Normally I just do a couple little, because it's got a little bit of a, this cap that just lets it sprinkle out. So I'll just do a couple shakes of this. It adds a lot of good spice. And then cilantro, because you could see that. Yeah, the cilantro leaves. So these are just dehydrated cilantro leaves. You can put about like half a teaspoon of this in. That's going to give it a nice flavor. And then some ginger. While this is going, we'll do about a quarter teaspoon of ginger. Gives it a nice sharpness. And let's get this mixed up. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Is the volume still good? There we go. Okay, so got that going. Now you're going to ask, this sauce looks a little thin, right? What are we going to do to thicken this up? Well, first, I want to grab these veggies now, especially the carrots, and I want to toss them in there, right? It's not going to really change the texture of the sauce, but it's going to get those veggies cooking a little bit. So get that all mixed up, get that absorbing some of the juices from the sauce. Okay, so we got that going. Now I want to prepare something on the side here, so I'm going to grab half a cup of water. And I'm going to grab my trusty, wrong one. Grab my trusty cornstarch. I'm going to take half a teaspoon of cornstarch. Actually, you know what? Make it a teaspoon of cornstarch. I forget how often I let it's not like a flattened spoon, so we got this going. Ooh. One little guy popped out. Give him a nice little wash. Toss him in the sink. So we got this going here. And then now is the time to grab the tofu. And it doesn't stick to the bottom. There you go. Got most of it. So I'm going to turn down the heat. And I can take... So what's happened now is the sauce is like dried up and it's absorbed into the veggies. And when we take this slurry of the cornstarch and water, it's gonna pull all those sauces out that was dried up, maybe a little bit stuck to the side of the pan, stuff like that. It's gonna pull everything together and it's gonna thicken up. That's how you get that nice thick sauce that you see when you go to like a restaurant and you're like, oh wow, that sauce looked amazing, right? It's gonna take. Be careful how much sauce you have in your pan when you're trying to flip it. Okay, let's see where these noodles are. Okay, so the noodles look like they're good. I'm just gonna do a pinch test to see. They could take a little bit more time. Now this is on low, so the risk of me burning this is very low. No pun intended. You guys like the background music? Not bad. So I'll let the sauce thicken up a bit, and I'm just going to quickly grab a strainer so that we can get the noodles out. I could take the noodles and just like put it into the sauce, but there's like a lot of stuff going on in here, so what I'm going to do is just keep it separate. So let's take these noodles and I'm gonna drain them, strain them. And I'm gonna give them a nice quick room temperature cold water bath, shower. So here are the noodles. Right. Let's take it back to the main dish. Okay, so it's starting to look like it's thickening up. Okay, I'm just going to turn off the heat now, and now we can take everything and put it together. Let's just do a little bit of cleanup. So got a bowl right here. I'm going to, what's the best way to grab this? You know what? I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned fork way. There we go. Nice, good serving of noodles. Take my tofu. Got a lot of carrots. Yep. So there we have our dish. Now you're welcome to add a little bit more pepper sauce or sriracha on top. I'm gonna do that. I kept this meal a little basic just because I wanted to do something more simple. Just gonna do a quick cleanup here. Make sure all your tools are put away, right? Okay, good. So now, so that's the dish. I'm gonna move us over to the table. Give me 1 second. sriracha, and we can get started eating. Hey guys, so I got a little bit of sriracha, just in case it wasn't spicy, although it shouldn't be spicy, but I only put like 3 tablespoons of that chili paste in here, but this is what the end product looks like. The noodles on the side, the tofu and veggies all together. So Shell, you still there? So I gotta eat all of that. You shipping some? Yeah, it's fresh, so. I was watching a couple on, it's interesting, I was watching a couple on, I think it was on TikTok or something like that. And what they do is they're traveling, like they're doing like backpacking and traveling, and so what they're doing is they're making all their meals and then they dehydrate it, right? So they make like bean chili and all these things and then they dehydrate it, so it like you go from you know, something that may weigh like 5 pounds to something that weighs like, you know, half a pound, because it's all the water's gone. And then what they do is they ship it to themselves, like while they're out, right? So they know like different locations to get things shipped to, and so they'll get these boxes, these care packages, so they can literally backpack and carry everything they need, and they like get like deliveries sent to them, and you know, obviously they're probably going to like cabins and stuff like that to get these deliveries. But it's pretty cool. So I guess you could technically dehydrate all this stuff and just, you know, add water and boil it. As I thought, there wasn't much spice in it. So I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. How is the vaccination process where you are, Shell? I wonder how much the latency is. This is a solid meal. Ton of protein. Yeah, for yeah, I think for us there's still a bit of a lineup. So I think we're not doing a good job of figuring out how to get the. I know you can make appointments at like pharmacies and stuff, but Yeah, I think the rollout here is a bit slow, but I think the goal here is by like end of August or September, beginning of September, that, you know, it's gonna be everybody. It's vermicelli. It's rice noodles. So they're completely gluten-free. It's just like, basically they just take rice, you know, make it into powder, and then they make them into these noodles. They're like a Thai noodle. Are you getting rain? You're in New York. You getting any rain? Yeah, I've had noodles that are like 2-3 times as thick as these, like flat, thick. These ones, they're thicker than like the pad thai type noodles. Yeah. Yeah, we had some rain yesterday. After my run, it started pouring. And I was like happy that I didn't get caught. And then today it's, I don't know, it seems like it rains and then it dries out. What'd you have for lunch? Did you ever figure out the juicing? The apple juicing? Ooh, chow mein, so you had noodles too. Last night, I bought 2 pineapples from Costco. But yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Our kids really like pineapple juice. So last night I did an entire pineapple. The worst thing about a pineapple is cutting it, right? Cutting it and cleaning it. Anyway, I cut it. I started juicing it, and we got like 1 liter of pineapple juice. So I served, the kids like 1 cup each, and Nad like almost a cup, and then I had about like, I don't know, maybe half, or I guess that's just a little bit over a cup. So then I got some apples, I got some carrots, got a couple beets. I didn't add the lime this time, but I juiced them all out and it tasted amazing. Like fresh juice. I know it's a bit of effort to clean, but like clean up afterwards, but also maybe doing some of the chopping of the fruits and veggies. I think I find the most difficult one carrots, but it takes like no time at all. No, you should probably put it in a glass with a jar or a closed top so you can seal it. I wouldn't advise leaving it open. But yeah, no, I get I always buy these kombucha bottles, and they're like massive. I think they're like 1.5 liter or more kombucha bottles, and I take the labels off and I clean them, and I have like a few stored up above this above the vent for the stove, and I just if I make a lot. Nowadays, we don't even have any leftovers because, the kids will drink like a cup, and if I'm not doing any like root vegetables, right? So if I'm doing root vegetables, no one likes root vegetables. But if one big tip on root vegetables, if you're doing like carrots or beets and you don't like the taste, do like 1 or 2 limes with it, and it like almost nullifies that earthy taste to it. One of the reasons you want to mix up your fruits and veggies, right? Because everything's got great nutrients in it, right? Like various amounts. So you get different sources, like have a variety of different fruits and vegetables in a week, and then you're kind of covering yourself to make sure you got the right nutrients, right? Like if you ate the same thing over and over and over again, right? Other than it being maybe a sweet potato, because the sweet potato is like abundance in nutrients, and a potato has everything you need as well. But mixing it up, like getting your mushrooms, getting your leafy greens, and all these different different veggies, right? And fruits as well. You know, vitamin C and A, etc. Right? It just kind of, you know, you're doing this checklist, if not on a daily basis, at least on a weekly basis, so you make sure that you're not like deficient in something, right? I know people just take a multivitamin, think it's kind of like kind of a fail-safe, but you know, are multivitamins as effective as the fresh, right? The fresh vegetable or the plant. Well, nice chatting with you, Shao. I'm gonna be finishing up soon anyway. Enjoy your day. Well, if you're catching the replay, don't forget to comment below and tell me what you'd like to see me make. I take those requests and I read through them. Bye, Shao. And yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and just let me know what you thought of this dish. If you made it or if you tried it, let me know what you think. And I'm not sure when the next live will be, so just you know, look at my Instagram account, and you'll see when the next live is. Okay. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. Enjoy your week. Bye.